Let's also chat with our experts and talk about how to trade this market then. Manas Jaiswal joins in for more on that, and got also Sameet Chavan on board. Sameet, hi, let me start off with you first. How believable and continuable is this recovery looking? Does it seem like we could sustain this for the next 2 or 3 sessions?
Good afternoon, Aisha. See, Nifty has given a surprised gap up opening today itself. However, if you look at the daily as well as weekly chart structure, we are seeing a strong resistance zone around 85.50 to 86.80. And as per the overall low top lower bottom formation on daily chart, it would be very difficult for Nifty to surpass the 86.20 and 86.50 mark. As far as levels on the downside are concerned, we expect Nifty to undergo some more correction, price-wise correction, probably towards next support level of 83.80 and even towards 82.87. So we are not we are not getting carried away by this up move that we have witnessed today. Clearly, there is no follow-up buying that we are seeing. So we would rather maintain our cautious stance on the market, and any bounce probably towards 85.50, 8600 would be a selling opportunity. On the higher side, 86.50, 80 has become a strong resistance, and lower side 83.80, 82.80 toward this mentioned support levels. Immediate sell-off cannot be ruled out.
And Sameet, run us through some of your top picks.
Yes, we would go on the short side. First one would be on Maruti. After a real consolidation of 3 to 4 days, the stock has managed to give a breakdown from rising wedge pattern during Friday's session. Today we are seeing a subdued movement, but we believe that going forward this stock is likely to correct a bit from current level. Our immediate target would be around 5600, 5550 for Maruti. Any bounce would be a shorting opportunity, and stop loss can be placed at 5790. Our other short call would be on BPCL. Today we are seeing a good traction in this counter, but we believe that 666, 668 would act as a very strong resistance, and thus one can short sell at current level. 672 would be a stop loss, and we expect this stock to correct towards 640.
Okay, there you have it. That's a view coming in on some top recommendations. Meantime, to the movers and shakers in trade today, Mubina is here with some perspective. And Mubina, let's start off then with HCC.
Oh yeah, HCC is one such company in focus after the company has received the RBI nod for the S4A scheme. Remember that this is the very first company to receive such a nod. It's a debt recast basically under the scheme. 48% of the total debt the company has found unsustainable, and that portion is something that is going to be converted to equity under S4A. Remember that ICICI Bank is among some of the lead lenders, so the loan portion that belongs to ICICI Bank will be converted into equity portion in HCC.
Okay, that's a stock that's buzzing away. Let's get in Sameet's views then. 36 bucks. What's the call?
See, as far as SCC is concerned, it has clearly slipped into a consolidation mode after seeing a sharp move from the levels of 22-24 during the early part of September. This stock has been maintaining its range-bound movement since last 2 months. Higher side 39.40 would be seen as major resistance, and lower side 32.33 seems to be a very strong support. Thus, with a medium-term view, it would be very difficult to take a call at current level. We would rather wait for a decent dip towards 32 to get into this stock. As far as volume activity is concerned, during the early part of September, we have seen a good price move along with the volume. Thus, any dip toward 32 would be a buying opportunity. Stop loss would be placed around 28 in that case, and we expect the stock to surpass 39.40 mark probably in next couple of months time.
Yeah, that. Mubina, what else is buzzing then?
Punjab National Bank is another buzzer after the company delivered its Q2 earnings. Now, while net interest income has seen a bit of a degrowth really coming in, it's really the asset quality that has been able to be stable. That's something that's supporting the profits. And of course, even other income has been quite strong. It's up a whopping 76% at 2,388 crore rupees. So that as well has supported the net profits. But I think most of the relief is coming in on the fact that asset quality, which has been a key concern for Punjab National Bank, that has remained stable, and provision as well has remained more or less stable on a quarter-on-quarter basis.
Okay, PNB up and away in trade right now. Let's get in a quick check then, Sameet. It's not just PNB. The Bank Nifty as a whole is doing splendidly well after the kind of carnage seen. What's the call on anything that interests you within this pocket?
See, as we just discussed, we are a bit cautious on the market, and we expect Bank Nifty to remain under pressure. On the higher side, for Bank Nifty, 9500, 9550 seems to be a very strong resistance zone, and lower side, yes, there is strong support at 18900, 19000. But it's a matter of time, according to us, that the Bank Nifty is likely to slip below this level, and on the higher side it would be very difficult for Bank Nifty to surpass 19500, 19600 levels. As far as individual stocks are concerned, we are a bit cautious on Allahabad Bank. It has clearly given a breakdown from its major support level of 72, 73 during Friday's session. Today we are seeing weakness in the stock, and we expect this to continue over the next few sessions. Our immediate target in Allahabad Bank would be around 66, 65 half, and on the higher side any bounce would be a shorting opportunity. 73 would be a stop loss.
Okay, that's a view on PNB, on the entire banking space as a whole. And finally, Mubina, what's on the radar, a result candidate?
Well, yes, another result candidate, KEI Industries, has delivered its Q2 earnings, which have actually been pretty good. The top line, of course, has been a bit muted. It's just gone up by about 3% at 676 crore rupees. But if you look at the EBITDA and the operational performance, that has been very strong. EBITDA has grown by about 13% at 67 crore rupees. That is something that has led to a margin expansion as well, from 9% in the corresponding quarter to 9.9% in the current quarter. And lastly, that in turn has led to a net profit jumping by 50% really to 22.9 crore rupees, and that's the reason why you're seeing the stock react the way it is.
There you have it. Those are all the top buzzers in trade right now. KEI Industries also really flexing its muscles today. Have you had a look at the charts then, Samit?
Since last 4 to 5 months, this stock has been consolidating in a narrow range, wherein 124 has become a very strong resistance. Lower side, the stock is not breaking its support level of 112, 114. So if we have to take any action in this particular stock, then we would rather wait for a breakout to happen beyond 124 with rising volumes. If this happens, then this becomes a very good buying candidate for a target of 130, 132, and in that case, lower side support would be seen around 116, 114.
Okay, let's keep it with some numbers. Samit, good chatting with you. Let you go on that note. And got a management as well and a company to address. So let's bring on board then Akshar Chemicals, and Munjal M. J. Krishna, the joint MD at Akshar Chemicals, joins us on the show to talk about their numbers right now. It's really been a mind-blowing quarter for them. Mr. Munjal, what a strong performance in this quarter. What was the contribution that you saw from the recently expanded capacity and other factors like pricing improvement for you?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, we have had a good quarter this time, and the main drivers for this quarter have been, there has been a volume growth by 19%,